Hi, I'm Lisa. For as long as I could remember, I lived with Dad and his second wife. Mom died when I was very young. Dad gave me a photo of her and I kept it safe and treasured it. He also gave me an amulet to remember her by. She found it at an excavation site in Peru. Mom had been an archaeologist and used to search for ancient artifacts for museums. I loved listening to stories about her crazy adventures. Dad, tell me about Mom's escape from the cave full of traps again. This again? What happened was, your mom was running over a burning suspension bridge. Red hot lava was bubbling below her. Stones were falling from above. Wow! Unfortunately, one of her expeditions became her last. I didn't remember Mom at all, but that didn't stop me from loving her. Dad married Vicky soon after Mom's death. It might surprise you, but we got along great. Vicky wasn't a stereotypical evil stepmother. She was a good-natured weirdo. I mean, she constantly dyed her hair bright colors and brought home abandoned pets. We nursed them back to health and found good owners for them. It became our family tradition, and we even decided to build an animal shelter. I was happy, but one day a crazy series of events almost turned my life into ruins. Before I tell you more, please like my story and subscribe to the Private Diary channel. One day, I accidentally overheard a strange talk between Dad and Vicky. I wonder how Lisa will react. Do you think she'll be happy about getting a brother? I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's tell Lisa everything at dinner tomorrow. What? Was Vicky pregnant? Would I become an older sister soon? Yay! I was on cloud 9 and even bought a pacifier to congratulate Dad and Vicky. The next day at dinner, Dad and Vicky looked worried but excited as they told me the news. In response, I held out my gift and stroked my stepmother's stomach. You're already showing! I know you're pregnant! What? No, I'm not! My stomach's like this because I ate a double portion of chicken wings. What? But you said I'm going to have a brother. You are. Lisa, let me introduce Bart. At that moment, a guy my age walked into our dining room. I got the urge to call the police because Bart looked like a troublemaker. What's going on? Bart ended up in an orphanage recently because his parents were put in prison. Vicky and I decided to take him in while the child services are looking for a foster family for him. Yo, little sister. That took me by surprise, but I tried to be nice to him even though it was clear Bart was nothing but trouble. As soon as Dad and Vicky left the room, Bart looked around and sneered. Jeez, what a dump. Seems my temporary parents are morons. Hey, it's my family you're talking about. Be grateful we gave you a roof over your head. What are you, my conscience? Shut it. Vicky used to bring home abandoned pets, but this time she brought garbage. Bart narrowed his eyes and looked me up and down. Hey, what are you staring at? I'm trying to figure out how such a small girl can fit so much audacity. He was getting on my nerves. I decided to go to my room, but first, here, a gift. Welcome home, jerk. Bart turned my life into a living hell. He trashed our house and was rude to all of us. Take off your shoes. You'll get everything dirty. Easy. Is this better? Ah, you're disgusting. Wait, are you reading my diary? Yeah, I see you're afraid of germs. I probably shouldn't tell you what I did to your toothbrush then. Ew, that's disgusting! The worst thing was that Dad and Vicky let that psycho get away with everything and never punished him. Dad, why are you putting up with Bart's antics? He's a walking disaster. Try to understand. Bart's parents didn't take care of him. His aggression is just a shield. As soon as Bart realizes we care for him, he'll stop acting out. We all just need to be patient. It was easy for him to say. I was running out of patience, fast. That night, I woke up to a suspicious rustling in my room. Who's here? Gotcha. You suck at being sneaky. Nice pajamas. What are you doing here? I'll count to 3 and call Dad. 1, 2… No, don't call anyone. I came to apologize. Apologize? Someone pinched me. I think I'm still dreaming. I'm serious, Lisa. You know, I've been having a hard time lately. I'm used to the whole world being against me. That's why I acted like an angry moron. But your family treated me well despite that. I want to repay you. I'd be lying if I said I believed Bart, but I decided to give him a chance anyway. The next morning, I was brushing my teeth in front of a mirror when I noticed that my amulet was missing. Bart must have stolen it when we hugged the day before. That's what he really came for. I'll turn his face into scrambled eggs. I ran out into the hallway and heard Dad and Vicky talking anxiously. It turned out Bart had taken everything of value the night before and run away. That poor boy, he could get into trouble. Poor boy? He's just an ungrateful criminal's son. We shouldn't have taken him in. Dad got a call from the sheriff. Bart was at the police station. We arrived there in 10 minutes. He got caught when he tried to sell a fake at a pawn shop. Go, take your fugitive home. Here's your trinket. The guy at the pawn shop said it was worthless. Dad, how is this possible? You said Mom got this amulet in Peru and that it's ancient and expensive. They probably didn't realize that it's a treasure. A treasure? It's a cheap trinket from a souvenir shop. You take that back! Dad and Vicky pulled us apart and we all went home together. I couldn't believe my parents had given that monster a second chance. Bart, I want you to know we're not mad at you. Speak for yourself. Lisa, don't interrupt me. Bart, what my husband was trying to say was that we know how hard you've had it, and we believe that deep down you're a good person. Probably really, really deep. That's enough, young lady. One more word and you're grounded. Why were they acting like I was the one in the wrong? The nerve of them! It made my blood boil. After that day, Bart changed. He became polite, helped my parents, and even apologized for all the trouble he had caused. But I didn't trust him anymore. You might have fooled Dad and Vicky, but not me. I could see right through you. I was sure he was up to something and was just biding his time, so I kept an eye on him. And one day, I saw Bart sneak into the garage and drive off on Dad's motorcycle. As soon as Dad came home from work, I led him to the garage and smugly told him I was right about Bart. He stole your bike! When I turned around, the smug smile fell off my face. What? But I saw him! I did take the bike, but only to wash and repair it. I wanted to show you how grateful I am. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Bart. Lisa, you've disappointed me. Dad, he's lying to you! That's enough! Everyone makes mistakes. Can't you see that Bart is trying to change? Just leave him alone! As I watched Vicky, Dad, and Bart cheerfully cook dinner and talk about building an animal shelter, I felt like my life had been stolen. I wanted to be alone, so I left to throw pebbles into a pond. Stupid Bart. Everything was good until he showed up. Mom, what should I do? Give me a sign. At that moment, a cat rubbed against my leg. I picked him up and saw he was wearing a collar with an address on it. Hey, did you get lost? It's okay, I'll take you home. A woman opened the door. That was my mom. Of course, I immediately recognized her. But how was it possible? Dad told me she died during an expedition. The world suddenly went dark and I lost consciousness for several minutes. Are you okay? I am now because I found you, Mom. Mom? I'm sorry, but I've never had children. You must have mistaken me for someone else. That's impossible. I've kept your picture my whole life. Here, look. I used to work as a model when I was young. This photo is from a shampoo commercial. She showed me a page in an old magazine to prove she wasn't lying. I swayed and almost fainted again. Dad had found that photo online, cropped it, and lied to me my whole life? I apologized to the woman and immediately headed home. Tell me what's going on! My amulet is a pathetic fake and the woman in the photo is not my mother. Be honest, were all those stories about Mom's adventures real? Sweetie, I made that up to protect you from the truth. I broke up with your mom and took you with me when I left because she's a real monster. I didn't even want to show you her real picture. I can't believe it. You've been feeding me lies my whole life. Where is Mom? Tell me! No, I don't want that woman to hurt you. I won't rest until I meet her. We argued for a long time, but in the end, Dad gave up and gave me Mom's address. When I saw her, I could barely breathe. I was so excited, but Mom didn't seem surprised to see me. Hello, I'm Lisa, your daughter. I knew you would find me sooner or later. Come on in. We have a lot to discuss. Let me guess. Did your father say he left me because I'm a terrible person? To be precise, he called you a monster. Cute. But you didn't believe him, my girl, did you? You're as stubborn as I am. I think we're very similar, Lisa. Do you want to stay with me for a while? I wanted to say yes, but instead said I had to think about it. Mom turned out to be different from what I imagined, and I needed a moment to figure out how I felt. I'll be waiting for you, Lisa. Together we could move mountains. When I got home, I saw Bart hugging Dad and Vicky happily. Thank you. What's he thanking you for? We decided to adopt Bart. He needs a loving family. Besides, we get along so well. Well, I'm glad you're such good friends, but I don't want Bart to live with us. Lisa, that's not up for discussion. Whatever. Congrats on your new child. I'm moving in with Mom. Okay, I won't stop you. I'm sure you'll come back as soon as you see what kind of person she is. Mom was over the moon when I showed up on her doorstep with a suitcase. She even gave me a jeweled bracelet and told me a bit about herself. I own the Glass Cat Bar. Do you want to join the family business? You want me to work with you? Wow! Who am I going to be? The director? Let's start with something smaller. You're going to be a waitress. Here's your uniform. What? I'm not wearing that. Perhaps you're too young for such outfits. Okay, you can wear your own clothes. Mom was not an archaeologist or an adventurer. She turned out to be a businesswoman with an iron fist, but I still liked getting to know her. However, I soon realized Dad was right about her. Mom was the devil wearing Prada. There was a lot of food left in the bar kitchen, and I wanted to feed the stray cats in the back alley behind the bar. But then, Mom appeared out of nowhere and scared the poor things away. Shoo! Go away, flea bags! Mom, what are you doing? They aren't getting my food for free. One day, I tried to give a sandwich to a homeless guy, but Mom caught me at it. She snatched the sandwich out of my hands and ate it in front of the hungry man. Oh, this is delicious. Do you want one too? Ma'am, I haven't eaten in 2 days. Then get a job, you bum. Time after time, Mom disappointed me. One day, she went too far. It was evening. We just closed the bar and I was wiping the tables when I saw a suspicious guy. He tiptoed up to the cash register and tried to rob us. I grabbed a frying pan from the kitchen and swung it at him. Wait, I'm not a robber. Oh, really? Why are you trying to open the cash register then? My mom worked here as a cleaner, but the bar owner unfairly fired her and didn't pay her anything. She's a real monster. I just want to take the money my mom should have got. I froze, and then the lights in the bar suddenly came on. You robber! I'll call the police and make sure you rot in jail. He ran away terrified, and I confronted Mom. Is it true you fired the cleaner without paying her a cent? It is. So what? I used that money to buy you a bracelet. What do I care about some cleaning lady? Have you ever been kind to anyone in your life? My dear, you can't be kind in this world or people will walk all over you. You'll only succeed if you act like me. Or will you leave me like your father? No, I'm staying with you. Good girl. Go get some rest. I'll need your help tomorrow. In the morning, Mom brought me to a hardware store and bought a canister of gasoline. I immediately tensed up. What are you planning? You know, my bar isn't all that profitable. Let's destroy it. Take the insurance money and go to Mexico to start over. Oh my gosh. I should have trusted Dad. You're a wacko. Well, at least I didn't abandon my family like he did. Your father left me for another woman and forgot all about me, and he's replaced you with another child. Don't you get it? I looked in the direction Mom nodded in and saw Dad, Vicky, and Bart. They were buying materials for the animal shelter and chatting happily. The three of them were having so much fun, they didn't even notice me. A lump rose in my throat. I felt betrayed, abandoned, forgotten. Now I knew how Mom felt. So, are you with me? I am, Mom. We arrived at the bar at night. Mom handed me the can of gasoline and pushed me towards the door. Lisa, you'll have to do everything by yourself. You're underage, and if something goes wrong, you won't get arrested. I hesitantly took a step forward, but then Bart suddenly appeared next to me. What are you doing here? I heard what you were talking about in the store and came to stop you from doing something stupid. Lisa, I know how easy it is to get on a slippery slope and how hard it is to get back on the right track. Let's go home. Your parents are worried sick and waiting for you to come back. Don't listen to him. Let's finish what we started and run away together. I've already bought us tickets. Did you though? Bart grabbed her purse and dumped its contents on the ground. With trembling hands, I picked up the single ticket to Mexico. You wanted me to do the dirty work for you and then planned to leave me and run away? Dad did the right thing when he left you. You're insane. I wasted my time with you. Why do I have to do everything myself? I don't know what she did next because Bart and I went home. I hugged Dad and Vicky. Thank you. You're not that much of a jerk. How could I leave my sister in trouble? When we were eating breakfast in the morning, we all watched the news together. That's how we found out the owner of the Glass Cat Bar had been arrested for insurance fraud. After that, my family set about building an animal shelter. There was one thing I had to do before I could join them, though. Remember James, the guy who tried to rob Mom's bar? I found his address and came to his place. The bar owner used the money she should have paid your mom to buy this. Sell it. Oh, thank you. You're an angel. By the way, is the bar owner your mother? No, not anymore. But thanks to her, I treasure my real family more than ever now. Sounds like you've had a crazy week. How about I buy you a milkshake and you tell me about it? Do you guys think I should say yes? Does this look like the beginning of a new story? Tell me what you think in the comments down below.